time, man. Think it's time, man.
Yeah, once again, I thank you all for coming. I need y'all help with this one. Listen, follow me, listen. Hey, can I kick it? Can I kick it? Hey, can I kick it? Puzzle pieces. How's everything going? I know that you're frustrated. I figured you miss me, so I'll keep you updated. You're probably wondering what happened to us lately. I'm handling business, so don't think us faded. I'll be right back. But if by any chance that you notice, promise me you won't have your security lower. Totally can when it gets our maturity growing. Cause there are plenty vultures that are willing to tow it. What man wouldn't go scramble to what's golden? I just asked that you hold me down in the city. I should be back before you count a trillion Mississippi's, 50 Pennsylvania's, and a dozen Californias. If you know the words, sing along. Hey, if you know the words, come on. Hey, right. I need you singing, you guys.
We're here with Khemist in Sigma Sound Studios in Dilemma's room. Shout out Dilemma. We're here. I'm at a listening event for you, but let the people know real quick, who is Khemist?
Khemist is a 19-year-old rapper from North Philly. Goes to school in Virginia at Hampton University. Very soulful, poetic type of rapper. You know, his influences is Black Thought and Lauryn Hill, Jill Scott.
All right, and you actually got into one of my next questions. Your influences were, you said Lauryn.
I have a lot more.
Oh, no. Okay, there you go. But what that was one of my next questions. What is, you mentioned that you are, soulful, and what are some of your musical influences, and where did that kind of come from?
A lot of my influence come from the streets, being around hopelessness. So my music is very motivational because I want to change that. So it's like, as far as artists that influence me, Lauryn Hill, Jill Scott, Jasmine Sullivan, Billie Holiday, Stevie Wonder. As a rapper, it's crazy. I don't really listen to that much rap music. I listen to a lot of poetry, though. So.
How old did you say you were again?
19.
And 19, to hear someone say Billie Holiday is one of their musical influences, where did that kind of come from?
I found it. My uncle plays piano. And he's like 50 something, so he has a lot of the old music that was before my time. So when he'd leave the house, I'd go run through his room and pick up his CDs and tapes and just play them. Then I found something I liked. Took it from there.
You also mentioned that the streets heavily influence your music. How important do you feel as an artist to be able to actually relate what's going on in your environment through your music?
I feel like when you from the streets and you talk about change, it means more rather than not even coming to where we're from and talk about changing our community. I'm from the place where the gutter, where it goes down at, but I'm not speaking that through my music. I'm speaking change because I want us all to. We have this mentality in the streets that we're stuck here, and I think that that's really not the case. So.
You also mentioned that you're going to school. To me, that's something that's very commendable. I commend anyone that goes to school, and I do. Respect My Hustle does support education. But how important do you feel that I won't say how important. How do you feel as education helped your music? You're getting to broaden your horizons, going to school, you're learning about different things. Do you feel like that's helped your music?
I think it's helped my music. Education has helped my music a lot. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I never liked school. But I didn't like school because I didn't like the way the teachers were teaching. But I did like the content that was in the textbooks. So I wouldn't pay attention to class, but I would still go home and read over the textbooks because the stories were interesting to me. And, you pick up the vocabulary and different things that happen in history, and I incorporate all of that within my music.
We are here for the music, so get into the music. You're about to release a piece of body work called Puzzle Pieces.
Puzzle Pieces.
What made you name it that?
Being from Philly and going to school in Virginia, a lot of things were confusing to me. Not only as a person, but as an artist, I had to figure out who it is that I really was. And you know, I got a lot of different emotions and thoughts and situations that I've been in, which are all pieces to a puzzle. If you put those pieces together, you have me. So the puzzle isn't complete yet because I'm still growing, but you know, you have these different puzzle pieces. So I wanted to grow with the people, so everyone sees the pieces, and then eventually they'll know my story, and however many years from now, they'll see the complete puzzle.
What can people expect out of puzzle pieces?
Pain. From puzzle pieces, you'll get a lot of pain, a lot of joy, a lot of motivation. They'll learn things about me that I wouldn't tell you during the conversation. You just have to listen to the music. So it's sort of like my everyday journal.
So and that's something I always kind of tell artists. A lot of times, some artists kind of seem you don't really get to know the artist through their music. You might listen to their music, and it just appears that they just rap, and you don't actually ever get to hear what they're going through. You don't feel a connection to the artist. I mean, to get to the actual artist. And to me, for artists to actually be able to, you know, be comfortable enough with themselves to actually bear, you know, what they're going through, what they bear their soul on a record is actually something that's commendable, but it's also something that I think makes better music, me personally. But a lot of times people, when you say pain, people think they will take it as, you know, your music is going to be kind of like a dark place, not necessarily a dark place as in pain in that message, but you know, just struggles and everyday trials and tribulations is kind of where you're coming from, correct?
Right.
All right. But with your music, you also preach change. You said change is one of the things that you want to actually do. So you're not one of the people that's just dwelling on the bad stuff. You want to invoke change. How do you plan on using a lot of this in your music to actually invoke change?
Giving back, and because I'm from here, I can show you what it's like here, but I can also, or the plan is to show you what it's like other places, so that your whole mentality will change. A lot of people are stagnant with their mentality, which is negative. Like, you shouldn't be like that. It's a whole world out there that I want to share with everybody else. You know, I've been to LA and going to Miami soon and Virginia. So by them seeing what it is I'm doing, at the same time I'm showing them that, yo, I came from the same hood, but I'm doing this.
It's been a couple weeks since old girl split, and she on a single thing. My girl's dead. Hope that she careful, still kid. I don't mean to love her, but she's so stupid and annoying. I don't mean to judge her. Shrugging, whole grudges, deleting phone numbers. And yo, I just felt Mrs. Frank was the wrong woman, so I disown youngin'. Another blown cover, new beginning, grand finale, bring along trumpets. She was the only one that looked past my shortcomings. Put my hand on the hill and I keep down tumbling. Came for me in the crowd when it went down rumbling. So I expect her to be there and start stuff.
It's funny how money changes situation.
And baby, the mother girls ain't nothing. We get some years out of the 9/11. We're pay over my budget and it's industry I'm plugging. Scraping up money for corporate.
It's funny how money changes situation.
See, grandma said it'd be days like this, but I never thought that I would have to break like this. Isolated, being the leader when I hate like this. Wonder if that'll change the radio play my hit.
It's funny how money changes situation.
People are passing on. I ain't had my dollars up. No YouTube views and no Twitter followers. A man with wisdom is a man who's got enough. So if money's your motivation,
it's funny how money changes situation.
I'm off to chase my dreams.
Khemist.
I love you all the same.
Tyler James.
But I have dues to pay.
Hello world.
The money's on the way.
I've been chipping away this game with a chisel and light to the new fan base brain with scissors. You're invited, but you'll be a fool if you come to visit. Cause down in this desert we still pray for a drizzle. The mayor comes around but he only stays for a little. And poverty's a popular song up on our fiddles. Substitutes such as liquor makes it tickle. Ignore the dark painful rainbow and sour skittles. Cause what the future has will be anything but bitter. Step inside the business, deliver in the system.